Alright, Assalamualaikum and good day for everybody. So this is a continuation from the previous video. So for the previous video, we already construct a simple bar chart for mean and mile per gallon based on number of cylinders, 4 cylinders, 6 and 8 cylinders. So in this video, right, I'm going to introduce to you how to add colors inside the bar chart. So we're going to learn how to adjust the colors, right? So before that, we can see colors, open bracket and close bracket, to see what are the color scheme available in R. So basically there are 657 colors available in R, right? Starting from number 1 is white, Alice blue, and so on, right? So by typing colors, open bracket and close bracket, we are able to see all the colors, right? So based on the previous codes, right? So basically previous code don't have any colors. The basic or simple bar chart comes with gray colors of the bar. So to add colors for each bar, we just need to use argument col, C-O-L, right? And we input our colors code that we want. For example, let's say I'm going to use Alice blue in this bar chart just to demonstrate, right? So it will change the color to Alice blue, right? So we can change others colors based on our preference lah. So let's say I'm going to use turquoise number 2, so I just change it to turquoise number 2. So each bar will change to turquoise number 2. So this is for a single color scheme. So let's say you want to change first bar with different colors, so we just copy this one, and I'm going to change this. Instead of color turquoise, I'm going to use C for argument. So input the value, like say I put light blue, right? And then is 3 misty rose. Sorry, this is misty rose. So if you type correctly in RStudio, it will highlight the color code lah. So let's say the last one is light cyan. Okay. Right, cyan. So you can see now each bar has a different color based on our setting, right? So let's try for bar plot survey dataset. Survey. Right, so I just want to change it to C colors equal to C. Let's say I put red 2, green 3, slate blue 4, and put yellow, and last is orange. So it will change accordingly lah. So this is one option to change the color based on color scheme available in RStudio, right? So another method. So we can use the palette that available in RStudio, R package. So we're going to download we need to install the library R color brewer. So if you don't have the R color brewer in your R, so you need to install package R color brewer first. Right, you just need to type install.package rcolor brewer. So then you can call the library. So in this in my RStudio, I already installed the R Color Brewer package, so I no need to reinstall again, right? So if you don't have, you need to install. So in R Color Brewer, we're going to use function names display.brewer.pol, right? Display.brewer.pol. So to see how many color brewer that we have in this package, we just type display color brewer.all and then click open bracket and close bracket, so we can see all the available palettes, color palettes in this data package, right? So we have yellow to red, yellow to blue, brown, yellow, green, blue, yellow, green, yellow to green, and so on. So let's say we use pastel 1, right? So I like to use pastel 1. So pastel 1 consists of from pink to gray, right? So, or you can also use pastel 2. It depends on your preference. Okay, so to use this one, so I just need to copy again this one. Instead of using color definition by manual, so I remove this one. So I just put brewer.pol, right, and n equal to how many n we have. So let's say we look at this one. For this one we have 3 bars, so I'm going to use 3, right? Name equal to pastel 2, right? So it will change based on the color palette. So if you can see, the color palette for pastel 2 is green, orange, and blue. So if you look at this one, green, orange, and blue, right? So it will change accordingly, right? So you also can use others scheme by looking at this one, right? So let's say I'm going to use let's say Essen, right? So I just change it to Essen. So it will change accordingly. So if I change it to poor, so it will change accordingly. So you can choose your palette based on the color palette available in R Color Brewer. So this is one option. So let's look at another option by using Wes Anderson package. So Wes Anderson package, so you need to install the library called as Wes Anderson, right? So we need to call the library called Wes Anderson. If you don't have, you need to install it first. So there are 4 palette for Wes Anderson. First we have Royal 1, another one we have Grand Budapest 1, and we also have Cavalcanti 1. So right, so now let's look at this one. So instead let me copy this one again. So by using color Wes Anderson, I don't need to use brewer.pol, so I just use Wes underscore palette, right? I'm going to use 3 for 3 bar, name equal to Cavalcanti 1, and type equal to continuous, right? So it will change accordingly. So if you don't really understand how to use the argument, we can type where's palette. It will show us the how to use this argument in bar plot. So we just need to input where's palette, name, and type equal to discrete or continuous. So we have basically not 4, but we have many color option. Let's say, let me copy this one and put here. So there are many, right? So we have bottle rocket. We can see what is different for bottle rocket. So we also have Isles of Drop. So we can play around to see what color that we want based on our theme, right? Let's say Grand Budapest, right? Moonrise. So we just change it here. Okay, so that is how to use a color palette for Wes Anderson. We can change it to 5 if you want. So 5 means that the color are nearly the same. So let's say change to 3 because we already have 3 bars. Okay, so that is by using package, right? So what if we don't want to download any package? We can use built-in argument. So built-in argument, we have a rainbow, for example. Let's say I just copy this one, change to, instead of West palette, I'm going to use rainbow 3, right? So it will change it to rainbow 3. Let's say rainbow 6, it will change to the 6 colors of rainbows. And then we also have heat color. So heat dot colors, right? So let me copy this one, heat dot colors. Let's say heat color, I'm going to use 5 colors or 3 colors. So it's going to use heat colors, mean very hot color. Okay, another one we also have terrain colors, right? Terrain colors. So change it to terrain colors. Let's say terrain color is based on the geographical colors, right? And we also have a topo colors. This is topo dot colors, right? Instead of using terrain, I can also change it to topo color, right? And we also have CM color, right? This one, I change it to CM color, right? So we can also change the parameter inside. Let's say I want to use 7, means that the color are nearly the same. So since I already have only 3 colors, so I just use 3 parameter, right? So this is by the palette available in R, right? So what if you want to input your own color, but we don't really understand the color scheme, the color names provide in R, right? We want to choose by our custom colors. So custom color. So we can use HTML color codes to, let's say, let me copy this one that we have 4 colors, right? This one, right? So we want to custom our colors, but we don't really understand the name of this color, right? So one of the way we just can put this one into our console, our script, to see the color, but this is going to be a lot of messier because we have 657 colors. So one way to do this, we just go to type HTML color codes. Just type HTML color codes and click on this htmlcolorcodes.com. So now you can choose or custom your own colors. For example, let's say I want to use this color. So if you can see up here, we have hex value, hashtags D9ABF3. We just copy this code and then we paste in the first bar, right? It will automatically detect what the color that we want to use. Let's say another one, let's say I'm using the light blue cayenne. So just paste it here, and then the last one, maybe I'm going to use the green color. So I copy the code and paste into the color. Oops, let me close this one first. Alright, so I copy this one and paste inside here, right? So then wait, oh, I forgot one thing, right? So it's already changed to my color preference, right? So sometimes I don't really want the color, the border color to be a black color. I see, if you can see here, the border of each bar is black color, right? So I want to change the color for the each bar, border of each bar, right? So to change colors of each bar, right? So now I'll just copy this one again, right? So to change the color for border, so I'm going to use argument names as border, right? So remember, this is a close bracket, always close the bracket. So now I'm going to use, instead of the first one is a light purple, I'm going to change it to a very dark purple to indicate that this is the border, right? Another one is let's say this one, and the last one is green. So I'm going to choose the dark color, right? So this is the dark green. So if you run this one, you can see the color for border is already changed to the specific color inside the bar, right? So I just highlighting the dark color because to show that this is the border, right? Sometimes you also you don't want to specify the border, right? You want to remove the border, so we can use border equal to NA to remove the border. So if you can see, there are no border for each bar, right? Okay, so this is about the border, right? So let's say sometimes you want to highlight the important bar, right? So, or specific bar, right? So to show the audience that this is the value that we want to highlight. So for example, let's say I'm going to use this one, right? From this to this. So manually we can use, let's say I just change this to a same color. Let's say I want to highlight the bar in the middle, right? So I just change the color for first and the last, the second bar only, right? The first and the last bar is the same color, so you can see the second bar is already highlighted, right? Right, so this is about manipulating the colors for bar chart. So let's say you want, instead of coloring the bar, right? So I just want to change the, instead of blank color or solid color, I want to input some pattern, right? Some pattern or something hatch of the bar, right? Create a hatch bar graph. So now to create a hatch bar graph or pattern bar graph, right? So instead of I'm using border, I'm going to delete the border, right? Maybe I can retain the border lah, right? So maybe I'm using this color to show there is a different. So now instead of solid color, I'm going to add another argument named as density. So density, you can change the value inside the density, maybe 30, 20 and 10, and see there is a slight hatch in the bar, in each bar. So we have this one, hatch or pattern. So if you notice the angle for each hatch is 45 degrees, right? So I want to change it to 90 degrees, right? So if you can, before that, if you notice, this is 30% of density, this is 20% of density, and this is 10% of density. You can see the gap of each line are bigger if you input a small value of density. Let's say I'm going to change an angle to 90 degrees, for example, right? So you can see now it changed the line to 90 degrees. So we can also custom the angle. So by putting, this is going to be 45 degrees, 90 degrees, and 180 degrees, right? So we can see this one. So this is a 45 degree, 90 degree, and 180 degrees, right? So we can have a different pattern. So this is about putting some colors in a bar chart. So to make our bar, beautify our bar chart, and make our reader more interested to look at the bar chart as a presentation of the data. Alright, so I think this is the end of the second part of constructing a simple bar chart. Right, so we will continue our demonstration on the next video, part 3, for changing the bar width, adding legend, and more customization of the bar chart. Okay, I think thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.